Okay, let's move into calculating the share price for the Series A. So you can match my formatting. I went through and cleaned up the formatting a little bit between this video and the last. And we'll move through and see, and you can catch up with your formatting whenever you feel like it. So the first thing that we need to set here is the pre-money valuation. We can say the pre-money valuation is, make up a number. I'm going to use 10 million. And then we need to have invested funds. So invested funds generally go in this cell right here. So this cell is in line with the Series A VC. And let's say the Series A VC put in $2 million. Okay, so $2 million is invested at a $10 million pre-money valuation. So we can put our invested funds, we can reference that here. So that's 0 still, and let's sum that column so that we can reference the 2 million that's actually been invested. And the reason we sum the column and we reference the sum cell and not the actual cell that says $2 million is because we don't know if there's going to be other investors. You're not likely to have just one single investor in your round. So you'll want to put them all here in series and then reference the sum cell. So the post-money valuation is the 10 million plus the 2 million. And so that means the Series A ownership is going to be the 2 million divided by the 12 million. So that's 17%. Just put it out there in a percentage wise. It's actually a little less, 16.667. Okay, and the post-money option pool, and this is something that I did wrong here. I didn't move my cell, but moved it right there. So the post-money option pool, 15% again, that's what we're going to put. And so the post-money current percentage. So the post-money current percentage would be 1 for 100% minus the sum of what's being taken away, right? And what is being taken away or invested in? It's the option pool and what's being bought by the Series A investors. So 68.33% is what the current ownership will have after this round is closed. So now we got to go into total shares post-financing. So the way we get total shares post-financing now, as I mentioned previously, is we reference how many shares are outstanding before the financing. And that's what we calculated way over here for each 3 methods. And now each 3 methods have the exact same figure, and it's also the same if you do the without any sort of convertible debt issuance. So we can just reference one of these cells and leave the if statement alone on this one. So we reference the total shares for calc, and then we divide it by the post-money current percentage, and we know that the total shares post-financing is going to be about 1.794. So we know founder shares are still that million over here. Oops. And Series Seed investor shares, they are going to be the number of shares that the Series Seed investor gets. And we're going to go up here, and these are mostly check calculations. So it's this 226 number up here. Then we have new investor shares. So new investor shares is how much did they buy, which that's 16.67% times how many shares post-financing. So let's do that real quick. 16.67% times total shares post-financing. Then we have option pool shares. So option pool shares are going to be calculated the exact same way. 15% times total shares post-financing. And the reason we did all of this right here is to make sure that we have things that equal here. So we want this number right here to equal this number right here, which it does. So That is correct. Now we just need to do the share price calculations. And the way you do the share price calculations is just divide the money invested by how many shares they got. So that's invested funds by how many shares. That's the new investor shares there. So the share price is $6.68 right here. $6.69. And so we're going to go up here, reference that cell just like we've done before we put the if statements in there, that is. And we know $6.69 per share. So how many shares right here? We have this divided by this. That 299.105 is equivalent to this 299.105. And yeah, we could have just referenced down here, but I like to have different calculations that come up with the same thing to help confirm that I'm doing everything correctly. So that is the Series A share price calculations.